live?
We can go.
There we go. Hey everyone, we're just starting to set up. I'm gonna share the link with, say, invite friends. So, if I invite friends, does it share on their profile or like?
For what?
If you invite friends, it just they get a notification that you've gone live.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. And we're just setting up. We're getting some beers. We're sharing the link. We're getting ready. Share. There we go.
Wow.
Okay.
And it's Robert. Who else am I sharing it with? I'm sharing it with Harrison, with Jesse, Studio 322,
We're with Mitchell.
Common Sounds,
Common sound, bro.
on Sound, Common Initiatives.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone that has permission will be near Facebook, but worth a try.
Okay.
Hey, if I hit edit post, is it gonna stop the live video?
No, I don't know.
I just want to add Stacy's name to the.
Yeah. Where do you want to be? On this side?
Yeah.
Thank
How do I look? Zach Avni, Studio 322, Avenue Media House, Common Sound, Stacy, Zach Avni,
You got my personal account.
Harrison. There we go.
Yep.
So, okay, there's the post.
So you can quarterback our comments and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just run it here. I'll sit like that.
Did you get a notification or anything about it?
What do you mean?
We're just trying to get set up before everything starts.
Notification, nice.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
I'm not sure.
Right.
And is there anyone else you want to share it with?
Oh yeah. Shit.
gonna close my laptop. Good. Other one.
I just want to share it on my personal. Can you guys hear me? Oh yeah, we can talk about sponsors too.
What sponsorship?
Yeah,
What do we want?
my janky phone needs re-up.
Yeah, we need new phones. We need new phones. We've been hassling all day, working on this, trying to get set up. It's been a process.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
go.
here we go.
Jesse just trying to send the link to
I'm just gonna share it to my page.
friends and family.
Friends and family.
Craig Calder, he's watching.
Oh, nice. Oh,
There
you
you
can
go.
see that there. That's tight.
Yeah, nice. Matt Harrison,
Oh wow. Hey, Matty boy,
yo,
what up,
getting
man?
some love.
So
Cool.
maybe my shit is already sharing then. Are you
Yeah.
friends with all these guys? Are you friends with those guys?
No, I thought you were friends with them.
Okay, so
They're new
they're
friends.
seeing it.
What's up?
Yo, Harrison, could you go onto my iMac and go onto Facebook and share the link?
Yes, on Happy Media.
Just share it onto my personal page.
I think though it shows in here, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you have on your screen, it goes on it. I don't know if you want to do that.
All my nudies,
Yeah.
my personal nudies.
We also today we're gonna do a little bit of. There we go. I am really sorry about what's happening right now.
That's all that happened.
Yeah.
Just have to move it just outside of this frame.
So
So tell
oh,
the people
I
about
think
yourself, dude.
we may have. Can you hear Harrison? There might be some issues with the audio. Hi Anna. Hi Nevan. Oh. It's pretty quiet. Can you hear me?
It's good. It's good. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Faster out.
Okay.
So just like share this on my page.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start. I'll do this for now. We're gonna start trying to bump it up. It's gonna take a few seconds. I don't know if you guys can hear me better. I'll actually throw my headphones in. I'm trying to figure out. We're starting in a few minutes. We're trying to get everything set up. But we thought it was a good idea to start talking to the camera before and to everyone before we properly start the show. Yeah, it is a process that we've been going through all day. So this is it's coming along.
Hey?
It's happening. How can you hear it now?
Yeah, man, tell them about your life story, dude.
Oh, my life story. My life story. It's a long thing.
How
It's
about your
gonna be.
personal grooming? What is your personal
It's gonna
grooming
be-
regimen?
Well, lately it's been on and off. Last episode, if you happened to tune in, it was a little bit different. The hair was different. The facial hair was different. So I'm hoping it's gonna keep changing. We're still working on this.
I want to tap it out more than I have to.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we may just have to rock and roll. Am I shared here?
Yeah.
Have you shared it?
I think we're in a better place now. We've bumped up the volume. Hopefully you guys can hear us better. We're getting some views. One of them it's me, but it's happening.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Rock and roll.
Harrison, would you have an intro today?
If you want to try that? No, we could just rock and roll.
Yeah. So today we're gonna do a little bit of explanation of what happened with our last episode, our first episode. It's a good story. I believe it's one of those things that for the first one it was good. It's just happening.
Yeah, we got a new mixer here, so we're just getting used to it, dialing things in. Live broadcasting through like 3 different systems is going to be a technical challenge. What are you saying over there, Harrison? You want to throw on your headphones just to double check both of us are sitting at equal? Anyways, yeah, I guess
So-
sorry. You keep your intro. We'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling. So for today, like I said, like we're explaining what happened, and we actually didn't give you guys what's the actual, like what are we doing here? We never told you what's the
The hell are we doing
plan,
here?
what the project is, where we heading. How you guys saw in the first episode where Harrison and Jesse they explained what they did, the project they were working in, and now that we're doing this, we're gonna try to do this once a week. We wanna do a little bit of like what Kamloops is about, what we're all about, interests. Like we wanna be part of this community. We wanna grow this community. We want Kamloops and the surrounding areas hopefully to grow.
Yeah. So this is going to be industry based. If you didn't see the last stream, if you weren't lucky to just watch it live, it was boudoir based. We had Stacy Crollo, who's a 322 resident, and also Rosalind Iwashina Panasuk. Both of them were in. We did a little scroll through of their photos, which may have offended someone enough to report. So that was a good way. I thought that was a perfect icebreaker. We're now blacklisted on Facebook, and
Yeah.
rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, it was like a spicy topic. It was, it came into play with what we are. We believe it's art. We believe on art. We're an art studio, so
Yeah.
it comes to talking about art.
Yeah.
Actually,
Creativity.
I feel like Jesse should talk a little bit more about what Studio 322 is about.
Yeah. So Studio 322 is a collaborative studio. My man Ian McKee and I started it a few years back. Started out small as a collaborative studio, and now we've got a whole arsenal of incredible people involved: artists, painters, photographers, videographers, entrepreneurs, restaurateurs to be, and then all the time we have ins and outs. So we've got a really cool thing going on, and I'm really pumped because there's so many projects that are coming to light this year. It's been like a year of working on things, and finally we're looking at showing Kamloops what we've been working on. And then also have super laid-back formats like this group chat idea. Our initial group chat was going to be just Louise and I chatting about everything, but the stars aligned to have Roz free as well as Stacy, so we thought we'd jump on our second episode for the first episode. And you can't see that video anywhere because Facebook took it from us. It was too sexy, too hot. For future 18 plus concepts, we may gravitate to different platforms because Facebook is a little straightforward. I don't want to knock Facebook anymore because I think it's an incredible platform, but it's...
Yeah, it is. There's some guidelines that are, you may be crossing the line without knowing or knowingly, but we want to keep it safe.
And if you cross a line or you don't cross a line, if they take it away from you,
there's no way of getting it back.
no way of getting it
Yeah,
back.
which is
So that's kind of a shame. We did have a system in place, redundancy to record it, but we ended up losing it as well in this process.
It crashed in the process.
Shit.
Which is, it comes to the next thing. Is like we're trying to give you guys the best product to bring you with something that's gonna add value to this community, that is gonna be adding value to us as a studio, and we believe on what Kamloops has to offer.
And we're hoping to have insight. Well, the concept behind this is to provide insight in a casual format to industries that maybe you don't get to see often. Boudoir is one of those industries that, you know, a lot of what Stacy and photographers like Roz shoot, you don't see, and there's so much incredible art, creative art, self-expression within that we wanted to bring that to light. But along that line, we want to bring in other industries like brewing. The craft brewing scene is popping right now.
Yeah, we're actually, by the way,
yeah, we got 2 of our faves on tap.
They're from Kamloops.
Yeah.
The people that we like.
Yeah. We know personally, and this always comes back to it, but I feel like we know a lot of really cool people that aren't that people would be interested learning about or seeing how they act or what they talk about, what they're interested in.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and Kamloops is full of really nice people. There's a community from all around the world, locals, you could go from a really Canadian base to an international base, and you could touch onto a different vibe of everyone, which is amazing. We focus on Kamloops in the sense of people that live in Kamloops. You don't necessarily have to be born and raised. You can hear and see. I'm not from here. I'm from Mexico.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the idea. We want to bring people that live here, that enjoy living here, that love what this place has to offer. That
the diversity, not only in climate, but
it's just showing what this place has to offer.
Yeah.
We're coming back to that, and well, now jumping into the project, what we want to do, we like this format, discussion tables. Like, we're gonna be talking about different topics like boudoir. We have amazing artists here. Like Jesse is a photographer, Harrison is a videographer too. And we've been all working. I'm trying to learn what they do. I'm trying to understand. Jesse is an amazing DJ, so he's a musician. We have Zach, who is a painter. He's amazing. His job is something that should be out there. We're gonna have him here. We're gonna push to get him here.
It's his girlfriend's birthday today, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, yeah.
Wish we were there with you. But so artists, a little bit of everything really. The plan is, in future episodes, you'll see a rotating cast, even between Louise and I, but regulars, but then also have industry-specific people that on the show so that we can talk about their industry and what revolves around it.
Yeah, which actually comes to the next. If you have an idea, you want to do a project, we're on that. We want to be part of that project. We can help you with anything. We're in the process of growing, on working. We like the process of, there is a network part of it, but there's also the partnering and the working together. Collaborative work, exactly.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be in this kind of format. I mean, if you know of someone that would fit a bill for industries, like our next 2 months of programming is like brewing, live music, arts.
I thought fitness.
Right, fitness.
There's strong fitness.
Cooking, homebrew.
Exactly.
Just like a huge mishmash. If you know of anyone that might fit the bill or would be you think is entertaining, maybe even slightly, that pushes the envelope, or it might be entertaining to watch, or feels passionately about one of those industries, then please have them holler at us. Because not only on this show, but we also have a bunch of side projects coming out that revolves around industries as well. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's about that. We want to work with other people. We know the amazing people that live here. We know there's so many things, and it's a platform for everyone in Kamloops. For you want to do something new, something different.
Yeah.
You want to show it to the world. You want to show it to Kamloops. Let's push it. Let's
As long as it doesn't have a ton of nudity, we can get away with it on Facebook for sure.
Yeah. If not, we can find another platform.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Eventually.
We're gonna push that for sure.
Yeah. We wanna be in the line of.
To that, this concept. At least Louise has shown me. It's super hot in Mexico. They have like huge rotating casts of people that are within a market, and it's like funny. It's industry specific. You get to know different elements of different companies or industries that you wouldn't know about or you wouldn't have the insight to. And it's actually insane how popular it is and how amusing it is. I watched a bunch of Spanish episodes and I have no idea what the fuck is going on, but it was fun to watch.
I mean, it's all about like having fun, having a beer. Like you end up talking about your friends about interesting stuff and interesting topics, and there is a conversation all the time. As of right now, we don't want to make it controversial. It already happened, but
we kicked it off controversial, which is not our game plan.
Like it happens. It wasn't controversial, the conversation. It became because of the situation. Yeah. We're not expecting it, but
with that, I would say if anything like that is not of your taste, like by all means, it's sad to see you go. But we don't want we don't want to offend anyone through this process. Yeah,
we're not on the market for that. We're not attacking anyone. We're in the contrary. We're to push forward. Yeah. I know, like, we all get different views, different opinions, but it's all about that. Tune in the next one. Maybe you'll like the next one better,
and part of this happens. The last conversation where there was female nipples involved. We're hoping that Stacy's going to finish her shoot with Monty Creek because it's been like a whirlwind for her and us in the past week. So we'd like to touch on that today.
Yeah. So what we can actually tell you, like, from what happened last week. So last week we shoot our first one, and it was about boudoir. What we believe there's different situations that may have happened. One, our application or our the Sling Studio, it crashed too. We don't know if it crashed because Facebook took our video down, or if it crashed because of there was some negative feedback. Somebody reported us, or even the algorithm may have taken into women's nipple, and it's like So from there, how is it? Like we said, so we don't know. Like, we finished our show, we're really happy with it. It was so funny. It was like
it was
great. Really good conversation.
Which is a damn shame because I don't think we'll be able to get it back. But we're gonna have those are two really close friends of ours, so we'll have them back, and we maybe say go to our website to check out nips if you want to see some nips.
Exactly. You want to see some art, some.
Oh, exactly. It's not even about nips. Like, that's why it was so frustrating for us.
Exactly.
Like,
we didn't even think about it.
He could be showing his nips all day, which he may.
And I could take my shirt off right now.
And we're cool.
Which it won't happen right now.
It won't?
Not right now.
Dude, how are we supposed to get people to tune in?
Yeah, not right now.
Okay.
But another day.
Okay, well, all right. So that'll be another episode.
Yeah, but it was funny that there was this situation where we may have gotten banned because of that. Like, we showed women's nipple, like we show in an artistic way. It wasn't like.
I know, they're so good at what they do.
They're amazing. Like
straight porn.
Exactly. No, it was actual art. So also, like, if you have any topics, please, like, this is gonna be live. This is gonna be happening.
Yeah, this is live. And actually, Harrison, maybe you could just give a little, like, could you grab the camera and just kind of show people that may have not been here where we're at? A couple people logged in.
Studio?
Yeah, just shoot the studio and outside.
Where we're at, you can see one of our nightclubs out there.
You just pan it. You're just panning around.
So just a little bit about what Kamloops is and where
so we're shooting Studio 322. It's downtown Kamloops, 322 Victoria Street. We're right above Royal Tokyo. Shout out to Royal Tokyo. They got it figured out down there.
Yeah.
We get the HVAC blowing up, the deep fried yams all day, and that shit is delicious. So here we are. Harrison's giving you a little tour. Nice work, Harrison.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah. Oh, actually, can you keep going? We have a couple stations for these live podcasts. It's going to be just like to show that. What's going on? No, that's good.
That's good. Yeah. So yeah, we have a few stations. Like
A few stations. These will be like production heavy moving forward, and I think it's going to be pretty cool because we're bringing in some personalities that are going to be incredible. They're just so fun to be around, and I think they'll bring up lively conversation because I think what Kamloops has going on, I've worked in so many different markets, but Kamloops not only has incredibly talented people, but they're actually pretty cool too, which you don't get everywhere. Like often you'll get super talented people, but they're like the shittiest human beings ever.
Yeah.
Whereas we have like pure talent.
Like one thing I tell people that my favorite city in Canada is Kamloops. Like I've been to Vancouver, Victoria, mostly around BC, which people end up loving. Like people from other provinces, like come here and they're like, I love BC. I had it where I go to Kelowna or I go to Vancouver, and I haven't felt because I haven't lived there, but like I don't feel the warmth that Kamloops had offered me. When I moved up here, it was like almost immediate that I met people, and there was someone else looking to have a conversation, to talk with you, to interact. Maybe my university did a great job pushing forward to that, and then it helped me feeling more comfortable where I was at, feeling more comfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're pumped. I don't think we'll release the schedule of
what's
who's on
happening.
what,
Yeah,
but
no.
I think maybe leading up to that episode or the next episode, we will say what industry it is. So if you're interested in it, you can tune in. And if you can't tune in, like the whole idea behind this is we cut it, it's live, but it's forever on the internet as long as Facebook doesn't delete it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we're also in YouTube, so if you wanna.
Yeah, we're gonna cut these down into like micro format conversations. If there is fat to be trimmed, we'll cut it down and we'll put it on YouTube, which has a little bit more leniency with content.
With content, yeah, and it's gonna be edited, like maybe not as long, not what live offers. I like live because it's right there. There's no, I made a mistake, so I cut it off, and then it's a little bit less worry, and I feel a lot more comfortable when I'm recording. If you go to YouTube, by the way, you can see me and Jesse doing some video tutorials.
Harrison's fucking out over. So YouTube's gonna be a huge thing. Also, we're gonna like reformat this. We have a couple locations. We're gonna be doing on location shoots and conversations with different industry types. Maybe even like on location in places that have nothing to do with the industry, but for the sake of the location.
Yeah, exactly. Even you want to have us inside your store, inside your restaurant, like you want us there and want to be with us, have part of it, part of this.
Mm-hmm.
Please, like let us know. Yeah, is what this project is gonna be about. I feel like you guys.
Open format. We appreciate those of you tuning in right now, even right now, because it is so new to us. We have like a very complex setup, so there's a lot of moving parts. It's not just like a phone going live. For the sake of what we have planned, we're trying to work out the kinks before we go like full-fledged Hollywood production.
Exactly, yeah. Like the idea is we're gonna have a different camera setup. So one would be tuning in at Jesse when he's talking, one at me, and then going on that. Like there's more production, more videos. How's that? Like going to YouTube, watch what we have done.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect. Now we can start talking about nipples.
There we go.
Can you pass me that?
Yeah. Well, like Stacy just coming in. This is great because she can also tell us about what she was doing today.
Yeah.
I'm looking very sweaty.
That's perfect. Come on in. So we are.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yep. Thanks. Yeah, and we always seem to have a split between Iron Road and Red Collar. It's going to be interesting. We should do at like the end of the year, have a little tally of like how many people went which way. And then
play
you
with.
know.
You can tell like which one is the empty or keg.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, first,
Yeah.
Oh, the
Like
first
this,
keg.
The first
down.
keg.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nice. Those
exactly.
are. Oh, I like
Is
that.
Harrison sitting here?
Nope.
No.
It was just what we set up.
All right, thanks, Harrison. Beer.
There's a lapel over there.
Is
too,
there?
if you
Oh,
want
the
to
light
show
can't hear what she's saying.
Yeah. So if you
That
you're
was
watching
perfect.
us,
Tuning in. That's great. See, this is like the open format in Mexico where people just like come into frame, come out of frame. People like are smoking. It's such a open concept, but it's so beautiful.
I believe that's what makes you comfortable. Like you
Can you help me with that?
you in there.
All right.
Yes.
Hold on, I gotta tuck in my belly bloop. Okay,
I
I'm
forgot
ready.
about my belly loop.
Is that right? How do
Yeah.
I sound?
How does she sound, guys? We've been getting
Yeah.
some.
Harrison.
Oh, do
Yeah.
you get?
We
How
got
can
a
you
new
tell?
mixer over here. So if they comment, it's on the bottom
Ah.
left.
Oh, we see it on the screen.
Yeah, it pops up.
Oh, so who's all here right now? I see a few viewers
Yeah, we have some viewers.
being silent and creepy.
Yeah. Looking at what's happening.
Background noise, baby.
Oh yeah, like this is what happened last week. We could.
Yeah, we
It
can
was a real
rehash.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so everything's gone. I talked to Facebook
Is it
today.
gone?
Yeah.
Like gone?
Yeah, they have no
Yeah.
record of the thing actually existing.
How's that
So
possible?
they don't even know what happened. Like so, just so you guys know, Jesse did get a notification of that we violated some of their policies.
That's what happens when you bring
On the
Stacey
spot.
around.
But like that's what
Violations.
happened when Stacy's here.
Yeah. They love me though.
Yeah.
It's okay.
she has experience with that. Like she could tell you
Yeah.
she's been.
Yeah.
So
Definitely had experience.
it was actually good to have her just
Yeah.
like a few steps from us, so we could actually be like, hey Stacy, like what's your experience on this? And we were hoping we could get it back, but
Yeah.
I just didn't.
No dice.
Yeah.
They have
Aw.
literally no record.
How's that
know.
possible? Because so what I've heard is that if Facebook
The
deletes
camera's right there.
which one? This one?
We're-
One, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
this one. Okay. If Facebook deletes your content or video, especially if it's been reported, then they don't review it first. They just delete it, and then if you can appeal, and you may be approved and may be reposted, but that they don't review it at all. They just delete it first. So it's crazy to me that there's an appeal process, but that a live video would just be gone forever. But maybe because it's live versus like a posting of a video or posting of a photo. Like, do you guys know anything about that out in internet land?
Nice.
Any advice for us?
Yeah.
But
Which, by the way, this time we did put an SD card
Yeah,
in there.
We have two recordings now.
We have
with
two
different
recordings here.
systems, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trying to get like this is a learning curve. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna happen.
yeah,
So we'll just have to
It's-
have
yeah.
them talk again.
yeah, especially
Yeah.
with interesting content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So which take us to the conversation we're gonna have today with
Oh,
you,
yeah.
and let's jump into it. I feel like that's the one way.
What do you got for us?
Oh, wait first, Harrison. Where's the
Sorry, I
Sunday
think
San
Stacy needs
Eagle?
a beer before.
I
we-
do. I'm actually sweaty and mussed up. I'm getting like a little bit of the Muppety thing happening.
You look great.
Oh,
We're
it's
good.
Great.
So
Yeah.
how was it? Where were
It
you
was
doing?
good. They were doing a shoot for Monte Creek for their social media, and it was a bunch of badass babes on bicycles drinking some
Nice.
wine. Yep, at the
How'd you get up to
right?
the top there? I
We
saw one
hiked
photo.
it.
Oh, nice.
We hoofed it up there, like pushing the bikes and like wine and our coolers and like gear. Yeah.
I
it was
actually
awesome.
saw your story. You guys had a lot of stuff. Like you had
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
a lot
full
of
picnic.
wine.
A lot of wine. So much wine.
Did you drink it all?
Yeah.
At the
There
top?
been some drinking.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So if you'd like to see what Stacy's been up to today, was that on
Instagram.
Just straight Stacy
Crollo. Yeah.
Stacy Crollo at Stacy Crollo. You
Yep.
can check out what she's been up to.
Ah,
Drinking wine and shooting people drinking wine and
yeah.
good
Yes.
wine.
Yeah, good wine, local wine. Talking about even their industry and how it's pretty friendly, like between them and the other wineries in town.
See, this is
So,
cool because this
yeah.
pairs in what we want to
Exactly.
have. Like we have beer
Well,
Yes.
set up already
Yeah.
for the next episode or one of the next.
You are amazing. I'm sorry.
Mine will be
Yeah.
next.
Oh no, you're
You did
amazing.
too, that
Thank
was
you.
a long time. Harrison, actually, Harrison, could you before you sit down?
Yeah.
Do you want to top up before he sits down?
I think I'm good one, yeah.
Can I have a little more in mind, but come back shirtless?
Oh. See, I told you.
Yeah.
Start breaking our shit again, man.
And I hope you guys got the face of Harrison when it was like.
Oh yeah, it's there. Oh yeah.
When,
Oh no, wait. Let's see.
There we go. Because what happened last week, Roslyn and Stacy put us on that spot where
Oh yeah.
they keep pushing us to do
Yeah. I mean, look at these handsome guys.
boudoir, and
Yeah.
I don't think we're there yet.
I feel like you're warming up to it. I feel like
Yeah.
you're thinking about it.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like you want to do it, but you're just still a little nervous.
Stacey's been nailing the guys too. recently.
no, yeah.
I just been like,
No.
shots.
No.
So you may be
Maybe,
nailing the
yeah.
guys too,
I am
huh?
not.
She has not
I
been
thought
doing that.
she was in a healthy relationship, but
Yeah, no, Stacey, I don't think she has been doing that. Like, but
It's
She-
out there now. It's
she's been nailing the photo shoots of guys
there we go. Yeah.
recently. Like
Yeah.
totally,
And
totally sweet
I think
shots.
you're one of the first ones to start shooting guys on boudoir, which is
in Kamloops. Because my
In Kamloops,
initial
yeah.
plan was to shoot guys in boudoir, but like really grizzly bear guys, more so on the joking side. Like
like dudoir.
Dudoir, I thought that
Yeah.
was hilarious when it first came out. I thought
Yeah.
there was potential for great calendars. But the way you shoot is actually like, oh, that's really cool. And
Aw, thanks, guys.
it's a new way of looking, or just being a guy and looking from that
Or
angle.
like the question is like, what's masculinity,
yeah, exactly.
and like what is it to be manly or masculine? And I think there's a lot of, like we were talking about earlier, like toxic masculinity, like, oh, well, that's not manly enough, so no.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? That's
I know.
yeah.
This comes up actually frequently in my own brain. Oh, look who's here.
There we go.
Thank
Oh,
you.
actually, the
Wow.
nicest person. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Harrison.
So Harrison is
Yeah.
the man behind the cameras. He's
Yeah.
doing all the.
He's our
Yeah.
quarterback behind the screen.
We're trying to get him to be more part of these two.
Yeah.
He'll feel warming into the camera, and I feel like
But we
he
also
will
need
get
someone
there.
quarterbacking.
Yeah, we also need someone back there. So
But yeah, like I was gonna say, because I don't want to
Yeah.
lose this opportunity. It happens so often, like growing up in sports, where that's like where juice lives and like testosterone, and which is part of being masculine. So it's actually like built into the system. But like I watch so many like sports commercials where I cry. Like I'm just like bawling after like a Gatorade commercial type of thing. And typically that's been like one of those things that isn't
it's not just
masculine, right? But it's
Yeah.
like, what are we doing here? Like, I think there's a really great shift into a new direction, albeit slow. It's shifting, and this is like an extension of that shift where it's you can be yourself, and it's not.
You can
it's not
express
about that.
yourself. and
I
it's
think
like,
it's even cooler to express yourself rather than, being cookie cutter into like what a guy is.
right.
And feeling obligated to follow those templates instead of just being yourself, because that's much cooler.
yeah, and what you have to show, like the way you move, the way you act, what looks good or not, what it's manly or not, which is there's a lot of pressure there. So it's amazing that
Yeah.
you are there, and it's I don't know, if, like I feel like it's just one way or just like man on man, or like it also comes from any like woman to man. Like I don't know, like that's when you get an ask like who's the one who's judging, because
Okay.
at the end it's judgment.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, you guys
That's-
continue. 'Cause
well,
I have
that's what
questions
I've-
for you guys.
That's what
then.
I've noticed is that when you do things that aren't necessarily manly in front, like according to men, but you do some of those things in front of women, and they are
Also, like,
attracted to
yeah.
that quality and that, and then you're like, so why am I trying to do something that a guy, if I'm not trying to attract guys,
Exactly,
why
yeah,
do I
why-
care what that guy thinks about?
Oh, and
something
any
that
person,
I'm
I believe,
doing.
like, why would it be that I would care anyone else would see the way I move, the way I act, the way I walk, the way I speak, the way I get shot? Like, like if I'm in a shoot, why should I hide someone that's really natural to me? So,
Yeah. You know what? This is such a great conversation. I want to share it on my page. So I'm going to go get my phone
Okay.
to just
Okay.
Yeah.
wait for me.
Yeah.
of course.
This is great. I'm glad you made it. When you're at the top of that hill, I was like, I don't know if she's going to actually make it down tonight.
No, yeah, so these are the kind of conversations we want to have, guys.
And are you guys, so is this on the avenue?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did share it with you, so I don't know if he posted on.
Oh, did you, anyone here? Oh, yeah, I see it. Oh, just, I
You
just
see
have
it?
to put on the timeline.
Yeah. So yeah, like this is the topics we're gonna have. Some days are gonna be super intense, super. I don't know, like touching into something specific. Some days are just gonna be us touching into something funny, something cool, drinking, partying, working out, doing sports. It's gonna move all along.
So, is this right? Did I do it?
Yeah.
Can
Oh.
you
Good.
tilt it just up, please?
Can you guys hear me okay? The people that still haven't commented.
Maybe the commenting isn't working on our display or
Oh.
something.
I think I did see Anna going.
Oh, she did say something?
Yeah, she did say something once we asked.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, we wanna hear from you guys.
Yeah, totally we do. Oh, I just,
There we go.
the hearing ourselves now. Hold on.
There
Okay,
we go.
let's see.
Yeah, and then you have some questions.
Oh, so Anna said that she can, but the volume is cranked. Can we make ourselves? You already did that. You already did all
Yeah.
this. All right. Yeah. So I want to ask you guys. I have a story to tell you as well, which you guys already know has happened today. But what kind of pressure do you guys feel, other than what you just started talking about it, to be masculine, or like have that pressure, like either like personally or even in like your work life, or especially sports, right?
Yeah. I feel like it comes a lot with how, like, your age gap. It happens a lot in there. There's always gonna be someone that's gonna judge you, and it's gonna. But as of right now, like for me, even doing these kind of things, like being in front of a camera, doing a show without having any experience, like it comes into play with everything. You care a lot about what other things and what they have to say, like it may be family, it may be friends, maybe how you're seen, and that's where it touches you, where it feels like, okay, that's where I'm vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, I believe it doesn't have to be with masculinity. It's if you care about what one or the other one has to say, that's where it's rubbing into that, and more when it's like with closer people, like the closer, like the more you care.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes with age. Like now that I'm older than when I was in high school, I don't care. Like if you want to think anything more or less than me, it is your problem. It is your opinion, and it's just an opinion. It doesn't affect the way I live, the way I act, the way I do things. If you're someone that cares about me a lot, and you see me happy doing it, I understand that you're gonna be happy. You may be concerned as like, and you need to think, okay, that's the way he wants to act. That's the way he wants to live his life. You see me, people that see me happy understand that.
Mm-hmm.
They may have their opinion, and at the end, it's not gonna stop me from going to one place to another one. Like that's the way I see it. I don't know what Jesse.
I would say, like, I don't know, I watch a lot of Gary Vee recently, and when I feel that I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks at all, but that's like built into me, whereas I know a lot of people can't just feel that way, like innately or naturally.
Mm-hmm. They want to, and they can be told that, but I actually don't.
I don't, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people do care.
Yeah.
I think that's why I've followed the course that I've always followed. Is like I just always do what I want to do, and I don't care at all what other people think. Especially like guys, like I cared what the women in my life thought, but I didn't care what the guys thought. So I think I was lucky in that sense, but I do think when it comes to thinking about how other guys feel, or like the masculinity thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, women have an enormous amount of barriers, but guys have a lot of barriers too. Like you said, like sports is like, it's built into just like this tough and.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a lot of men like wanting to express themselves and other emotions comes out maybe in anger or aggression,
Right.
because it's like an appropriate way for a man to express himself.
Yeah, and it's also like hot wired into a lot of guys that's like their reaction is just built like when testosterone flows, you're like more naturally prone to react that way. I think what affects people is just trying to fit in. Like if you're trying to fit in, you then start trying to care about what other guys think, or if you're trying to fit into a circle and if they think that way. I know so many like limited-minded guys.
I can't hear Jesse.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Maybe. Yeah.
Did it
We'll
just
double
start,
down.
you guys?
Yeah, I don't know.
Harrison, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, maybe Maria can you hear me?
That's probably my sister. Who's,
Is it?
I think so. Who's soon probably gonna be here. We're gonna get her.
Oh,
Yeah,
fun.
she'll be here.
I've heard good things about
Can't
you.
wait.
She's wonderful. There we go.
I can't remember what I was gonna say, but I think it just has to do with like trying to fit in, and a lot of guys will put these like thoughts behind masculinity because they can't. Now it's better because I doubled down. Yeah. A lot of guys are really self-conscious in their own beliefs, so if someone like they use that as like, oh, you're not like tough or you're not something, but that's just them thinking like they're not. They're trying to make other people feel lesser than themselves to make themselves feel better, and I think that's like the feedback loop that people can get caught in when they're trying to fit into a group. The alpha male doesn't or puts precedent on these guy or like male characteristics, and everything falls flat following that. Like, I think what's cool actually seeing grads. Shout out to SKSS and Sahali grads for having me. They're actually setting an incredible curve when it comes to just like self-expression. Like when you see the rappers that they're into, like they have rainbow fucking hair and they don't care what other people think. And that's, you can see that within the new generation where they're totally free. Like you could have people from that look so incredibly different fit into the same mold. Whereas I think we're slowly rubbing off on the old school where you like got to be manly and you got to like this and be like that and you can't cry or you can't show emotion because that's weak, but like fuck you, that's weak. Like
Yeah, my ex was like that a lot, like very like traditional masculine, and like had like this like aggression underneath all the time, and would even like make fun of people for wearing clothes that maybe weren't as like, I'm just a man. And I wear clothes to
and you know what? Where it comes to play, I was really close in here. Like I thought at some point that it was a cultural thing, cause like the Mexican culture is super masculine based. Like and it doesn't just come with my dad. Like I feel like my dad wasn't the one who cared the most, but it was like, or my it was like women in my life, my aunts, my like teachers, and it was mostly female that put this idea of masculinity.
Mostly women.
Like I wouldn't say, like in my life.
Right.
It was more from women's part, like teaching like no, like that's not what men do. Like that was the, you know.
It's a very cultural thing because I think you could flip it on yours and be like, that's not what women do. Like women have very particular.
But with my mom, she was so strong in her way of doing things and in her way of acting that she put on me on like the decision of like if you want to do that or act certain or that way, it's okay. So it helped me create my own opinion of what a man or a male is supposed to act. I do still have a lot of things where here in Canada, for example, I've dated women where I go out and they're really they like doing things on their own, and we go for dinners, and you know there's always like who pays who, that kind of stuff. And it happened that there was this one situation where she was like so strong. She was like, I don't want you, I don't need you to do that for me, I don't need you. But I was raised in a sense where even with friends, female friends, like they're like I would go for dinner and I would feel bad paying for, but in the other hand, like my sister, she would go out and my friends would always be like, no, like you do, you be independent, do your thing. So I feel like somehow in me it is a value like that I have. Like I do go out for dinner, and I grew up that way. Maybe it was the culture, it was. Well, so it's like different aspects, but I believe that in Mexico, even though it's like a really male like focused culture, it's pushed a lot for because you care more about what your mom would do or your teachers, which are normally female. Like for example, there's a lot of teachers are normally female. Like when it comes to elementary and junior high school and high school, most of my teachers were women. So it's still divided in that way. Like jobs are divided. So where
pink and blue.
Yeah, but like I was raised in a sense that when I moved here, I understood both. Like I created my own opinion. I created my ideas of what's right, what's wrong, and I changed a lot of what I thought. I wasn't when it came, for example, with the gay community, with homosexuality. I was really close-minded, but also I was raised in the way that, maybe what I thought and I thought all my life it was wrong. So I'm good at saying like, yeah, this was wrong or this was right.
Right. Well, I think just taking from that context is that you paying for dinner is like that's a built-in. If it's a man's thing, it's like it's respect, but that's much different than like someone making fun of someone for dressing the way they're dressing. Like that to me is just like you are not confident enough in your own body that you need to put someone down that you may not even know. Instead of like saying like when I see someone dressed like in a way that's not blue collar Kamloops, I'm like, respect. Like you are actually doing something. Like you can walk down looking like that. Like I wish I could walk down. I've tried to push the ticket when it came to like dressing a certain way, and like all night you're getting comments on it, and
it is confidence.
And it's hard too though when people they have seen you a certain way for so long, and they want to keep you in a way that they see you. Yeah. And if you all of a sudden start not even like becoming someone else is how they'll see it. Is like you're just allowing yourself to be yourself. Yeah. And allowing yourself to express more like or different sides of you. But some people they may put you down or caution you because they're afraid for you.
Yeah. That's it. And I think people are so concerned about the moves of other people that I think that is when I kind of like say, get a grip, buddy. Like if let's take it back to just a masculinity, like if that's you need to comment on someone else's moves, then like you're not confident in your own skin, right? Like this has nothing to do with them. They're doing them. Like stop worrying. I've always taken it back to like stop worrying about the moves or the way that guys are dressing. Like why are you thinking so much about these guys?
Why does it matter?
Why does it matter, right?
What somebody else is doing, which is, and it comes back to confidence. I had this one friend. He was really into the country lifestyle, into wearing camo, and that was his thing. And at the beginning, you feel like he might be judging you. I thought so, but then once I got to know him, like I knew him through his girlfriend, and then she would go buy him a sweater, and he was like, no, I don't want to wear that kind of. But he would say it in me, and he would be like, dude, like because I would never think like I was confident, like I liked what I was wearing. I was like, what I'm wearing, like that's the way I dress, and it was never, because I feel like he was secure with what he used to wear, and it was not about an insecurity. It was like he didn't like it. It wasn't his style. It wasn't what he.
And sorry, dude.
So it's like, even though it was a country kind of like look, like that's your thing, and that's you like to wear boots and like. Man, that's amazing. Like I would love to rock those, like country boots and.
I think that the way that if people are like concerned about the way other people are dressing or the moves that they're making or their self-expression, then you're like, you need to get a grip here, man, because that's not like people don't really care. You're just caring because either you're following someone else that's insecure about it, or you're just like you're actually not on the right. Like you're worrying about other people. Why don't you just focus on yourself and do yourself and
I think a lot of people as well, which and I'll start talking about what happened today. Like if you don't know how to feel about something, you go to what's safe.
Right.
You're like, I don't know my own opinion, so I'm going to go with what is normally, what I think is like society would think, which is safe.
Yeah.
Right? So what happened to me this morning? Well, I did a shoot a few weeks ago, and it was a guy boudoir. And I hate even saying the word boudoir. Like, if anyone knows me, they're like, yes, Stacey, we know. I know. But the word boudoir, anyways, we need to come up with a different one. So it was a guy's session, and it definitely had some nudity in it, but not vulgar, not even like super sexual.
No.
But it was more like vulnerable and like appreciating his beauty, and like, yeah, it was sexy, but only because he just is, not because we were like trying to show that he was.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, there was some nudity in there.
And you know how to shoot it in a way that creates like, it's just like attractive.
Yeah, you don't see any like
like a blurred windmill, and they're like, yo, shit, there it goes.
Like, there was none of that, right? Like, it wasn't pornography.
It was really artistic.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know, I love the way you shoot it, like your pictures as they are.
Yeah. Men or women, and I don't, usually I struggle to find, well, just like beauty in men, because my brain is not wired that way to be like, man, you are beautiful. When I see beauty, it's usually because men have women's features in them, right?
Yeah.
But the way you shoot is in a way that's like artistically beautiful. So it's just like beautiful in its own sense. It is, no matter if it was a man or a woman, the way it was shot was beautiful, or like was strong, or provided contrast in a way you never see, something like that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Oh man, they're so good for me.
Context of what's happening, because it is not like the picture. It's what's the environment where he or she, or like when you do, like I see your pictures at weddings, I'm like, God, like that is like, you capture a moment, you capture a situation, you capture the whole environment where you know you see people happy.
It's a feeling, it's a mind.
So you can put it down into that, people being vulnerable, that's where it's just interesting, and it's.
And I think, so what happened was...
Yeah, we should get there.
Yeah, no, I know, I was like...
We all know what we're talking about, but shit.
So what happened was, oh wait, I'm just noticing on the video how I'm sitting with my hand, like these creepy little fingers. So I won't do that anymore.
Oh, there you are.
There is better.
Okay. Sorry.
So what happened was, I did the shoot, and after, yes, I have a contract, and privacy is very important to me, and I have my clients either approve or say, like, yes, only anonymous, or yes, you can use all these photos on social media or on Facebook, or on my website. And then I also confirm in person, verbally, like multiple times after they see the photos as well, like, are you still okay with me sharing these? Like, I'd love to share these. And so I did this shoot recently where it was approved, and I posted it on social media and on my website. And this person was male, and I was super inspired by this person and really impressed by them, because they were very like open and vulnerable, and just did want to express like self-love and appreciation, like every girl ever that comes to me, which is amazing. So I was really pumped to do the shoot, and I posted it. Everything was fine for a few days, and then I got a call this morning from a coworker of this person, and this coworker was concerned that perhaps I had posted the photo like without permission, and so no, that did not happen. Of course, I had permission. And then they went on to say about how they felt that maybe it was inappropriate, or they were concerned for this person's career because they were a public figure and were very well known in their industry. So they thought that maybe it was inappropriate that this person had posted these photos. But they also went on to say about how a female friend of theirs also did a shoot, who is a public figure and a business owner, and posted the photos, and somehow that was acceptable. that was okay, that those were beautiful. So a woman expressing herself that way, or like in a sensual way, or like even like a sexual way online, was that was acceptable for her to express herself. But a man expressing himself that way was somehow not, or like slightly shameful. I'm like,
Which is wild.
blew my mind.
That's
Blew
why,
my mind.
like, there's always gonna be some. I feel like it's like now we need to understand that it's not bound to like gender. And I understood that before coming here, and I saw where I was pushed the most. Like it wasn't just like women or men. It comes both ways, and you cannot quantify which one is more or another one. It will come from somewhere. So yeah, like it's
But I think
crazy that.
You're right in saying that it was more of like, I don't know how, I've never had to think about this, I don't know how to react. I'm more concerned about not knowing than just like understanding that this is what it is and being comfortable with that, instead of just like defaulting to concern and
and fear, and like, is this acceptable? I'm not sure if it is acceptable, so let's say it's not. Yeah.
And for it to be from a guy's perspective, I think that's like even more so in this context refreshing to hear that it can exist both ways, you know, like this idea of like a guy can't act a certain way. That's not like just being a dick or super egotistical, or like the things that guys often will be like shamed for, but to actually be the reverse of that, for it to be a worry or like fearful position. I don't know.
It was just, I found it really interesting. And then also, apparently there's been, like, in his workplace, like other men maybe like laughing about it or making fun of him for it. And I think it's the same thing, because like, even, okay, if that's not your thing, that's fine. That's fine. But also it's like, are you not manly because you did a shoot for yourself and wanted to express yourself this way? Like, are you only allowed to express yourself in ways that are masculine?
Again, I think that's not a reflection of masculinity. It's a reflection of insecurity on everyone else's behalf. Like that's not like society's like, you do you, especially new society where like the male influencers of the world are like they're doing everything. Like it doesn't matter what you're doing. That in my eyes is just insecurity on everyone else's, behalf. Yeah, they're just worried about the way people will feel because they don't know how to feel, or they don't like that.
Like, what are they gonna think? What is he, she, like, what's everyone around me gonna think? It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be like...
And it's like powerful. It's not It's not even like it should matter. It's like that's... I guess it remains like, we're not going to name names, but that's like, that's a stance. Like, you're like, fuck
it
this,
is a stance.
I'm doing what I want to do. And I think that's dope as fuck.
And that's what he was absolutely like that. He was solid in his decision, and he's like, I don't give a fuck what other people think, and I did it for me, and I'm proud of it, and I put it out there, and I hope other guys see it
like,
too.
The way you capture it is like, if you were to see a female in that position, you're just like, God damn. Anna, my beautiful girlfriend, is always just like, God damn it, all this shit that Stacey and Roz put out is just like so good. Like, you're just, it's beautiful in every sense. You're attracted to it, you like it. And that's an extension of that. And that shouldn't be like, people shouldn't be worried about that. People should be celebrating that. And I think that's the hurdle that Kamloops has ahead of them, And like Facebook can, so you guys could both lift up your shirts, but you will ban this. And that to me is just fucking insane. Like, I just don't get that.
I feel like mine might be a little better, just saying.
Well, I would say the same thing,
As I said,
I would agree.
I don't see male points, so winner here. But that to me is like kind of insane, but that's what we're going against, right? Like, this is a mega platform, Facebook, like, until it changes, everyone else's opinion won't change.
Which, by the way, I was reading yesterday about what is accepted and not, and it's funny that there's the whole thing. If there would be a baby about to get breastfed, that would be fine. If it would be a protest outside, like people like a woman's march where they're naked, it would be accepted if it was on art. But we have a lot here and we were careful today to be like, okay, let's keep it because that happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
It would probably be okay. So it is a fine line where
I think
Yeah.
even in
consensual,
art,
which is
even with art though, you have to censor the nipples. Which is when you censor nipples, it's like, hey, look here. Like when you censor
Exactly.
them.
Like
Every
you-
time,
Yeah.
like Roz does her little squiggles,
It's
I'm
like,
always like,
look
Looking right at
here.
the squiggle. Yeah.
just imagine what's
did she
there.
cover all that up?
Yeah.
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's very like daintily
It's like, yeah, it's like-
put on
Yeah.
there too.
Little
Like that
bits
just
of
is so
showing.
insane. And then that guy that photoshops male nipples onto female nipples and it passes. Like
Yeah,
No
it's
way.
just-
What? I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
hear about
yeah,
it.
I mean you take photos of my nipples and you throw it on all your subjects.
All right. I need some
Fly.
stock footage
That's
here.
fly
So
zone.
think about that, yeah.
But
Look into
that's
that.
insane. Like, what are we doing here, right? But that's, I think, an extension of society right now. Is like there's a lot of hurdles for everyone to get just comfortable and not offended by that. Like,
And it's not just Kamloops, though. I really think it's.
Well,
It is a world
100%.
right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
It's
Facebook,
Facebook.
right?
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
It's
world.
our communities. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So anyways,
Anyway, let's wrap it
Yeah.
up.
that's a tangent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Harrison, what do you? You joined us late. Here?
Yeah,
what
so
do you
I'm
have
just
to say?
joining, been editing.
Yeah.
He's
Been
here
getting things
for
figured out. Yeah,
bicycles.
we had some time working on getting this live stream going, but
Yeah.
we're all up now. It's running good. I think it looks good.
It's a new system. Looks great.
Yeah.
eh?
No, it looks good. Probably getting more.
Which,
in
by
the
the way,
screen
Yeah,
here.
there you go.
We've been talking a little bit of our industries, what we want to talk about. What would you like to see here? That's something I want to hear. What would you like? What's the conversation you would want to add?
What conversation?
Like,
I would really like to talk and sit down with video people in
Oh.
Kamloops because.
Sorry, before you jump into this, who
Okay.
are you?
Okay.
Yeah, we need an introduction.
Yeah, I am.
Louise's
I'm Harrison
beautiful
Bayman.
girl- Her sister wants to know.
Oh yes. Okay. Okay. I am Harrison Bayman. I'm the videographer. Working with these great guys. Yeah. Yeah. Doing all the video. Helping out as much as I can. Getting into it. Quit my job recently.
Shit, yes.
Ow, ow.
Finally getting into it. So
Solo.
yeah. Yeah. So I'm liking it a lot. Great people to work with every day, and
How's the studio, man? Are you
oh, it's
happy
beautiful
to
in
be
here.
this
I love it.
environment?
I love
mean,
it.
Secretly thinking
I like
horrible
just-
things.
Your hands have been much cleaner since
I know.
being here.
yeah.
I know. Yeah. Totally.
It's gotta help with the ladies.
No, it does.
Oh,
No,
do
and that's
well.
yeah. No, it's awesome in here. Nice having a space where I can come every morning and put my stuff down and sit and work, and then to have you guys all just sitting around to chat to and work with, lots of knowledge and stuff. So yeah, it's good. No, I'm loving it. It's good. That's my intro.
You're nice.
Yeah.
You're like the quietest person's probably
Yeah.
the most talented.
Nailing it. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh shit.
She's buttering you up. man.
Yeah. Wow. Look at this. Yeah.
Conversation.
Yeah.
That's coming next.
No, I would really like to sit down and talk with like videographers in town.
Which
Yeah,
I feel is
just-
gonna happen. Like,
Yeah.
we want everyone to feel included. We want videographers to be here. We wanna include. Cause I would love to have, other than just us, 'cause we have our idea and our formats, and somehow as we work more together, like our ideas sync more.
Yeah.
So we don't end up clustering our view to this or that. So it would be amazing to have someone else from the different companies, amazing companies that we have in town,
Yeah.
to come here, sit down, and that should happen soon. 'cause
And I
it's-
think what you've already always said is like community over competition. And I think that's what Kamloops, the direction we need to go, because obviously competition is good, like in good spirits, right?
Yeah.
But creating a conversation across like movers and shakers and in industries, like we need to be on the same wavelength because Kamloops has so much opportunity to like.
So much
Yeah.
opportunity, and I feel like it's even like less like the word competition, but more like if we support each other and let's say like you're doing well and you're like let's say you're another
Let's say
photographer.
we're just.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just say.
Let's just say you are. Oh, you
Thank
are.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's embarrassing. Or like, if you do well and you're upping the standard, and I'm supporting that, and then well, I want to do better because you're doing well, and I need to keep up with you, which is awesome because I'm stoked for you. So then I do better, and you see I'm doing better. You're like, okay, well, she's doing something cool, and that's awesome. I want to support her in that, but also I want to keep up too. It's like you were constantly like pushing each other and inspiring each other, but in like a positive way. Not I'm like, God damn it, like they're doing something that I want to be doing, and F them,
And it's a build, win-win situation
you're not, like,
in both,
pulling
right?
each other down.
Yeah.
You're literally building each other up, and then so you're building your industry up.
Yeah.
And you can charge more in turn, and you can
Provide
grow more, better
product
service.
and service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. That's always the way I thought. In Kamloops, at least in my early career, I've rammed on this a lot. Like when I was doing good things, people within that industry would hate on it, or they would like turn me into a black sheep or whatever because I was making it more expensive or making them try harder. But in my eyes, it was like, we need to build this up so that Kamloops as a whole has a better service, or whatever that offering was.
Yeah.
It's higher up. It's better.
Yeah.
Bring the whole industry up.
Bring everyone
Instead
up,
of
and
just
then
you.
You're upping
and then
the
you bring more
standard.
people
Yeah, exactly.
into your
Yeah.
environment. If it's like boudoir, like if you
Right.
offer a better service, it's a better experience. More people talk more highly of it, and then more people are interested in it. Like there's so much food to be eaten off the same plate if you're constantly filling that plate instead of like, no, you can't eat here.
Yeah.
Don't bring your food here. You know, where our table's full.
But give me your milkshake.
Yeah.
Always.
Say she's thinking about the milk. She's.
Chocolate.
Yeah, it's more like
mine.
licorice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's great. We're getting to know you.
Yeah.
I know.
Licorice. I need to have better chocolates on hand.
You
Yeah.
do, but the
Other
gold-
than the
gold coins
toonies.
were fun.
Yeah.
They were fun.
We're too tasty with the wraparound, but they're good afterwards.
I got you right on the tooth.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even catch it.
Pretty
No,
sure
but
I
it
heard
hurt.
Zach like kind of choke on it.
Yeah.
A little deep throat action there. It happened.
Ah,
But he didn't
probably
blink
got
an
some
eye, man. He's a
good
champ.
skills.
Oh. Now you're going to get us banned again.
Oh,
Talking about
sorry.
deep throat? Oh,
Yeah, what?
You're the one that said. You said the words, my friend. I feel like you want me to talk about this stuff.
I do. I like being banned from Facebook. I think it's a great,
Yeah.
it's a strong marketing opportunity if we're
Try
just
for it.
constantly banned.
Like, if you actually want to see the content, you have to tune in live because
Exactly.
you know it's going to
yeah.
be deleted.
So, you know, it was
after.
deleted like
Yeah.
literally within 5 seconds. Our nipples aren't going to turn this Facebook
Yeah.
post off. So I think, Stacey, you got to shut it down, you know?
Yeah.
There's only two people currently.
Yeah.
Joking. But not seriously.
half
You know?
kidding.
Yeah, how you're always talking about us, taking our shirts off. you know?
Yeah. No, I did though.
Some of it.
I went to the boudoir camp.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, did a couple nudie shoots.
Inside or outside?
Both.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, both.
How's the
For both
weather?
of them. Oh, it was fun. It was fun.
Nice.
Yep. So if I'm expecting people to get naked, I better be willing to get naked myself.
No doubt.
So I did a couple, which was pretty awesome, pretty fun. I did this boudoir workshop. What we talked about before, the Camp Do More.
The one that was deleted.
The one that was
Which
deleted. Camp Do
Actually,
More.
we're gonna have to probably next week or the following one do 2 episodes in 1 week. And get both of you
back in
yeah,
and
back
talking
in.
about it.
talking about it because that was an amazing topic. That was like
It
a lot of fun.
was good.
That one, like, if you didn't watch it, if you were not there, it was amazing. Like, I laughed a lot. Like, we were having a good
Yeah.
time. So, needs
Yeah,
to
we'll
happen
bring that
again.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have to do that.
Sure.
But tune in live just in case it gets deleted. It'll be
Yeah.
a 50-50.
Yeah.
Probably get reported again by some prudes.
Yes, no prudes. If you're a prude, we respect
Please,
your opinion,
yeah,
but
just don't
kick
tune
rocks,
in.
please.
Yeah.
Which actually take us, well, I think our content, like, this one's really extended. So I feel like if you guys want to watch it and you want to go see what it was, like the fun parts, we're going to try to edit this, make it
Yeah.
shorter.
We'll
but
cut this down.
I feel like you guys need to go to YouTube, follow us,
Yeah,
and watch it
subscribe
there.
us.
Subscribe there. Do you want to talk a little bit about like YouTube?
Yeah.
What we have there already? Like
Yeah.
what you guys have done?
So YouTube, I guess we did touch on it, but YouTube, we have a ton of content releasing. A lot of fun, a lot of informative. we have tutorials, we have fun vlogs, we have series about making cocktails. 'Tis the season to celebrate, so I guess I shouldn't have said 'tis because that's more of a Christmas
Christmas.
thing.
Yeah.
I was like,
Like now's the time to get your swerve on and enjoy life.
Yeah.
And we're providing great content for that. So check out YouTube for sure. Subscribe. Avenue Media House. You can find us there. And a lot of these lives will get cut down a following week later into a shorter version for YouTube. But we will be releasing content in these live events that you can't find anywhere.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it would only be here.
Yeah.
It will only be
Yeah,
here.
no.
Find
here.
on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, you guys get a whole everywhere. We're in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube,
And this-
Twitter
this-
is gonna come soon.
This Saturday, perfect for your Sunday Canada Day celebrations. Louise will be mixing a cocktail just for you.
I will be mixing a cocktail
It's
for you.
very fast and easy, like I like it. And get you drunk real quick. That's the jam right there. That's the trifecta of
It is
Yes.
really perfect.
good
Come on.
times. This Saturday, what do we say, 6 p.m.?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
You got to check that shit out. It's going to be tight. And then the following week, I'm making a popsicle you will not regret digging into. Let me tell you that much. Also, there's good times to be had.
On top.
Like, oh no, I won't go into that. But yeah, tons of great content.
There's
Tutorial?
already 2 up there.
There's 2 up there.
Harrison has 1, I think.
Tutorial coming out on Saturday.
Tuesdays.
Oh, Tuesdays.
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 Yeah.
Tutorial
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
At 6 p.m.
Tuesday, 6 p.m. If you're into anything camera related, Harrison's got one for you.
Yeah, it's coming out real soon.
It's coming out.
Oh, it's coming
We
out.
got
Yeah.
some tight shit. Oh, and we're live over here. Hey,
Yeah.
What up, Mark?
hello, Instagram.
Everyone.
Damn.
Yep.
See, like cross-platform.
Yeah.
So as we grow, this is going to grow. Our stage is going to grow. The context is going to grow. More people will be involved, and so you won't just have to listen to us just going on and on.
Yeah.
You're going to get some unique perspectives.
Yeah, right now it's us talking about what's gonna happen. Like
Free
we're
the
still
nip.
figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Getting
gonna
her started.
happen. These conversations gonna keep on and on, but we'll grow it.
We'll grow it. So what do you think?
Even well.
Does that wrap it
time
up
to
for
say
today?
Should I get up?
yeah. I think
Probably.
it's time to wrap it up. Say
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having
thanks
me.
for watching.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Is it Thursday? It's Wednesday.
No,
today?
Wednesday. Yeah.
It's Wednesday,
It
which
was
is
a day.
actually a nice
This is
thing.
entrepreneurs. Like days of the week
Yeah.
don't matter.
Yeah, I know.
Every day is a hustle day.
It's Monday to Sunday.
Exactly.
Sunday.
So
Respect. See you in the next time.
Cheers.
Tune in, subscribe, follow. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All
There you go.
right. Beautiful.
Respect.
Harrison.
Harrison.
Oh,
Cheers. No, you can just.
You can just
Oh,
turn it
there.
on.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Cheers.
come on
There
in.
we go.
I don't
Come
know, that's
on
bad luck. Oh, you got a little bit in
in.
there.
There we go.
Yeah.
You want to close it with that outro, yeah?
Yeah.
And next time, oh no, he won't be able to do that. Next time, it's gonna be good.
Will be good.
I like how you look that way. That's gonna be good. All right. Adios, I guess. Love you all.
Oh, Maria.
Is that a good thing? She's like, that was.
That's a really good show.